Hey everybody, it's Friday, June 21st, and I'm back at the boat. Yesterday's a Friday. I took a day off of work specifically so I could come out here because I had some trouble with the outboard and I need to get it corrected. In this case, while I would normally do it all the work myself, I'm perfectly happy to. I feel like I'm a little bit of a time crunch, and the amount of time I have to spend here right now is limited. I've got family. My daughter is visiting me for the summer and so forth, so I'm gonna take the outboard off the back and wheel it up, just basically wheel it up to the local boatyard here, which is on the same premises as the marina, and have them take care of it and just get it over with, get it done, and that way it's ready to go, and I can get the boat down here in a few weeks to get the mast down. But I bought the engine used originally, never had it checked out. I went through it, I changed the plugs, the oils, the fuel filter, the fuel, and did some other things to it, including more oil in the, or replacing the oil in the lower unit. But I really would like to have a baseline, and so that goes along with having those guys go through it and see what they can find. But let me show you what I found, what I've got, the reason why I'm yanking it off. I've got problems with it. So I should point out that I've got a helper here today. This is my good buddy Joy. I'm dog sitting her, and she's not real happy about being on the boat, but we won't stay long. We're just going to get this outboard off. Okay, here of course the outboard without the hood on it. One of the problems I had initially, which led me to decide to bring it to someone who knew what they were doing with it, is that it wasn't when it was engaged in gear and you give it some throttle, it would bog down and stall. And of course, at low speeds, that's typically when I'm coming in and out of the marina, and exactly the time I don't want it to bog. This Mercury 9.9 4-stroke, let me get this around here. It's a 4-stroke engine, which is fine. There are no points that will help me adjust fuel-air ratio. So I'm going to bring it to someone who knows Mercuries and take care of that. But even the reason why this is so important, even more so now, because I was going to forgo that for the time being, although it was giving me some anxiety, is when I hooked up the gas line just last weekend, I went to start it because I wanted to run all the gas out of it dry, but what I found was that there was gas actually dripping into the water around underneath the engine. And when I opened the upper case, right here, I found a ton of fuel down in here, just flooding. So I think that that there's a problem with either the float bowl, the float itself, gaskets, something to that effect. It may be even that a gas line is not connected appropriately. I'm not sure, but again, so that's just why I'm going to take this thing off. So give it to them. I've got plenty of time. I've got a few weeks while my daughter's in town, and I won't need it until I get back up here and start doing more work on the boat. So I'll show you how I get this engine off of here and how I wheel it up in the most peculiar way to the boatyard. Okay, first off, I'll point out that I've got the boat pulled around, or the stern of the boat pulled around is just about as close to the finger pier as I can get it. And this allows me relatively easy access to the outboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a cantilevered piece of wood up over the top of it, drop down a come along, lift it up, and then I'll wrestle it back over here to the dock. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Joy, you ready? Okay. So here's what I got. I've just got this pole here, cantilevered across these pieces, which are, I found from the first time I did it, just lightly tacked in. It's not a big deal. They're just resting there. And then I've got this piece of rope with a constrictor knot on it, and it's fastened to a couple cleats. So then I've got the come along, and I didn't show you, but I just put a couple wraps of some line around the base of the motor there. And so now I'm going to ratchet it up, and I've got it already loosened up off of here. See, it's actually already loose. It's already suspended. Let's keep getting it, and I'll wrestle it over to the pier here. This come along is from a friend, and I don't want to lose that in the water. Want to move it someplace a little less squirrely. Get these things off. Well, I forgot about this situation. When I brought this outboard in like this, wheeled on this very cart, this hand truck, I had a ramp to go across this gap. I don't have a ramp anymore. They took it out when they were doing all this work. So This damn camera. It runs when it wants to, I think. Or it may be user error. It's certainly a possibility. Anyways, okay, got the outboard dropped off at the boatyard, and nice guys over there. It is going to be factory service, so it's not going to be cheap. They're going to do a diagnostic, but I guess, you know, nothing boating wise is cheap, and I guess for this I just want it done right, at least to start, and then I can maintain it. I have no problem with that. I just don't want to spend the time right now to try to fix things. Not right now, just not a good time. So I'll pay the money. Hopefully in a couple of weeks they'll call me and it'll be hooked up. But right now I've got to go ahead and tear down that business and button things back up. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think I'm just gonna grab Joy. Let's go find out what Joy's doing here. She's been so patient. Let's see. Hiya, Joy. Hi, sweetie. Hiya, baby. You wanna come out of there? She's got a comfortable place to sit, and so let's get on the road. Cross your fingers it's not going to break me. Just one more thing, but I guess there's lots of one more things on the boat, so keep smiling.